So today we're out here at West Salem. We got Hall of Fame coach Greg Barton, who is the new head coach at Sandy High School, and one of the other top coaches in the state of Oregon, Adam Guenther, out of Wilsonville. So guys, great to have you. Coach Barton, talk a little bit about expectations for this upcoming season at Sandy and what your thoughts are on what's going to go on this year.
Well, at this point, we're just trying to find out if we have players. It's brand new, and we have some pretty good kids coming back, but it's going to be a work in progress all summer, and we don't even know what offense or defense we're going to run yet. We have to see what we have.
Talk a little bit about your 6'6" quarterback, Justin Adams. Big kid, three-sport athlete, great student. You know, he's out here every week. What are your expectations for him this season?
Justin's a great kid. He's worked hard. I think he is going to be a quarterback that's going to be pretty doggone good this year as a senior. Everything you said is true about his grades and his work ethic and all his other athletic accomplishments. He's a great kid, and he's a kid you root for.
Sandy doesn't necessarily have the big tradition football-wise, and there's been some excitement built as of late with you coming in. A couple hundred people showed up to a meeting, couldn't even fit that many people in the building. Talk a little bit about what your thoughts are on the community and how that's kind of been building thus far.
Well, you know, I'm still new to the community, and I don't know all the answers to the questions. I think everybody just wants to have a program they can be proud of in terms of kids doing well in school, kids staying out of trouble, all that good stuff with citizenship, and we've had some issues over the years with that, and I think our goal is just to make the game fun for them and get as many kids out to play football as we can, and but it's a work in progress.
Coach Adam Guenther out of Wilsonville, one of the top probably 5 teams in the Class 5A level this year, one of the most respected coaches in the state of Oregon. Coach, talk a little bit about what you guys got coming back. We know about Tanner Shipley, Johnny Reagan, Nick Heiberger, all those kids. What are your thoughts and expectations for this upcoming season?
Well, I tell you what, we've got a lot of good kids coming in. We bring back a lot. We graduated a lot. We need to have every single one of them if we're going to compete with guys like this. It's nice they started with you first, age before beauty, I guess, right? No, we're very fortunate. I think sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and I've got into a good situation. The community is phenomenal. The support is incredible. The kids bought in day one a couple of years ago when I got there, and it shows. I mean, we're making the right. We're starting to make the right trends going forward. The expectations are there. The kids know what's going on. 2 years ago we had 23 varsity kids. Last year we had 34, and hopefully we're going to grow a little bit more this year. We're going to have great senior leadership. The 3 kids you mentioned, and Tanner and Nick and Johnny are big 3 that are getting looked at by a lot of schools. But what people don't know is we've got about 5 or 6 other kids that are going to be playing somewhere, NAIA, D2, D3. It's going to be a lot of fun, but for us it's bringing everybody together to do their job. Make sure that they realize that, you know what, we're a team, and we're not a bunch of individuals out here playing for ourselves. And once we get that clicking, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Talk a little bit about the youth programs. What you guys know how to build a program, what you need to do within the youth, the community. Talk about the importance of getting in at a young age within Wilsonville, Sandy. What you need to do in order to make it work at a later age.
Well, as far as we're concerned, I mean, you look at any big successful high school football program and you can go back and look at their youth, and they've got a successful youth program. I'm not talking about wins and losses. I'm talking about cohesion. I mean, they've got to be running the same stuff the varsity teams run. I want to be able to pull a 3rd grader out of a 3rd grade camp or a 3rd grade huddle, put them with a bunch of varsity guys, and call a formation and a play, and they know exactly what to do. We run our camp with the youth, and our varsity kids run the camp, and it's fun watching them line up. And we line up a varsity offensive line and then pull out a guard and throw in a 3rd grader, and he knows the plays. Wins and losses take care of themselves. We never talk wins and losses. We talk about fundamentals. We talk about doing things the right way, our way, and it starts from the top down. I think the high school kids have to be involved. I think the high school coaches have to be involved, and you can't have renegade youth coaches doing their own thing. They need to buy into the program. As soon as you do that, I think you have a success.
Coach, talk a little bit about your conference, one of the top conferences, if not the top conference in 5A football. You know, it's going to be tough even to get a playoff spot for any team in that league. What are your thoughts with regards to, you know, Wilsonville's and the other good teams in your league? What are you going to have to do to beat them?
Well, I'm being very honest on this because I saw them last year. I think Putnam, Wilsonville, and Sherwood, any of those three can win the state championship. You know, they have to stay healthy and all that good stuff, but they are very well coached and they have a lot of good kids, and they've worked hard in their programs. I think you know, we'll be fighting for the teams other than those three. And Liberty, you know, they had a real good program last year. Now they're going to rebuild a little bit, so hopefully you could catch them on a little bit of a downturn. But they've got everything going over there, facilities, coaches, everything. So, you know, and as far as the youth programs, my comment on that is for years, I've seen youth coaches, they don't respect high school coaches. High school coaches don't respect the youth coaches in so many areas. And I think one of the things we're trying to do is get in there and earn some respect from them. And we're going to do something different this year. We're normally high school put on a coaches clinic, say for a youth program. We're going to do two of them, one in June and one in July, and then they're going to do one for us in August. And so we're showing them a little bit of respect, and we'll see how they do, and we might find some coaches out of that, you know.
Absolutely.
NWOC, what are your thoughts on it this year?
I'll tell you what, I think we do play in the toughest league going. Coach is very modest when he didn't throw Sandy into the mix there with some of the top runners, because I tell you what, I don't think Sandy's fully aware of what they got. And then you look at the other.
I hope you're right.
I know, right? But you look at Liberty. I know their coaches over there real well, and they're going to have their guys prepared every week, week in, week out. Putnam's got some of the best athletes in the state. Sherwood. You can't. I mean, the kids from St. Helens, they always fight. I mean, it's always a dogfight when you go there or they come here. Parkrose has athletes, and Milwaukee, you know what? I mean, Milwaukee's got a new coach. We'll see what happens. But I tell you what, their fans, it's amazing looking up at the crowd and seeing that crowd support from them. So, top down, it's a phenomenal league. Great coaches, great players. It's going to be a lot of fun. Absolutely. Take it easy on us when you come.
Right, and keep blitzing on every play.
So, in closing, Coach, like I said, you're one of the top young coaches in the state, and
keep telling people that, because somebody might believe you one of these days.
Yeah.
Where did the word "young" come into this?
Didn't they say want the old guys over here for an interview now?
And Greg, you've been like a father figure to me and a mentor throughout my life as a young kid. So, to other coaches and guys that are trying to get established, what are your thoughts on what they need to do in order to succeed and do things right at your level?
I want to listen to what you have to say.
You're talking about kids?
Yeah.
I might implement that. Go ahead.
You know, I think the hardest thing right now is we look for leaders, and you got to lead by example. And that's the thing with our kids right now is you got to buy into all the words that are important: work ethic, structure, discipline, loyalty, all that stuff. And you just can't talk about it. You got to live it. And that's something I think character developed early helps programs become great.
Well, as far as I'll piggyback that. I mean, as far as coaches go, I think they need to lead by example. I think your kids will follow the leadership that you portray, and it's got to start from the top down. Have a plan, be organized. As far as the students go, we've seen more and more good athletes make poor choices, and kids nowadays are faced with so many more decisions on a daily basis than I ever was. From drugs and alcohol to study time to academic, whatever. Keep making good choices. And if they make good choices, good things will follow.